from being, in spots last year that's helped you in spring? And
It definitely made me a whole lot more comfortable, and it definitely made me realize how good our D line was. Because really, I mean, it was obviously a adjustment of being on the field in the big house and great experience. But I mean, really, just we get to practice as an offensive line against one of the best defensive lines, if not the best defensive line in the country, every day. So really, football-wise, it was a great experience to get that learning experience on the field. But at the same time, it wasn't as big an adjustment as I thought it would probably be, just because of how great our defensive line is, and that was a positive. Was getting that experience.
Great.
You and Mason kind of understand each other's situation. I mean, he started left tackle. I think he was the first freshman that ever did it here, and you'll be a second-year player. So I mean, how much of that is it helpful to talk with him that he was in your shoes playing as a really young guy too?
And I think it's definitely great. And I mean, obviously Mason was in a very unique situation where day one was the starter. So I mean, it was nice that I had that kind of that buffer year to get that experience, but at the same time be able to watch Mason, observe Mason, and really kind of get to understand the tools of the trade through him and through Coach Drevno. So it definitely was a big help having him there and having a guy there who's had 2 years of experience as a true junior now.
you say you talk into his brain often. Where does that happen? Right on the practice field, or when you're watching film?
On the practice field, I mean, just after plays over, I'll go back to him and say, "Hey, did you see that look? What would you have done here?" So I mean, in addition, obviously, Coach Drevno is great, and he has all the football knowledge you ever want. But having someone on the field there, it's like having another Graham. Where last year it was, if we came off the field and anyone had a question, they just asked Graham, and Graham knew. So it's like having that again, which is really nice.
What is the shift like from now that you're taking over for Mason and he's moving in the middle? What is that shift like, and is there anything specific that you've picked up from him?
I mean, really, it's just getting more reps. And I mean, that's been great, getting to be able to get some reps to ones and just, I guess, get more experience. I mean, anytime you can get more football experience, it's great. And that's something Coach Harbaugh and Coach Turbert talk about is anytime you can play football, it helps you get better at football. So really, just not only being able to tap into his brain, but also just getting the reps, getting the experience has really been beneficial.
The other offensive linemen have talked about sort of the importance of chemistry on that group, and with them being so many back, you're sort of the new guy in that. How are you fitting in with that, I guess?
I think it's going pretty well. I mean, that was another great part about being able to, being on the second offensive line last year, but I was able to get some reps with Ben. And then throughout bowl practice, we kind of used a bunch of different lineups. So I feel pretty comfortable with Ben. I think Ben and I work pretty well together. So I mean, obviously it's new for him not having Mason there, but I think it's definitely going well chemistry-wise, and I think that's something we continue to build on. That's something that really progressed well towards into bowl season last year and should continue.
You mentioned the getting better by playing.